Manteca came about.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, that's always the hardest thing. You know, what do you guys sound like?
I think
we're like that marble you've seen that just has every color in the rainbow on it, and however you roll it, whichever color shows up, that's how we're going to sound and what song we're going to play that day. That's us.
my name is Elvis. I play the bass in Manteca.
Elvis, right off the bat, you know, he loves the Latin and the funk. You know, he's
Pretty funky, man. You'll see it right when you meet him. He's wearing weird stuff, you know.
Elvis is a great bass player, smooth, he's got greasy skills.
See that he likes the funk vein. That's Elvis. I am a true blue LA, California style guitar playing rocker.
He loves the classic rock and that smooth guitar feeling, you know. He gets a little heavy at times, but that's just him, you know.
BERNAL brings that Santana feel because it's just that dirty guitar and just his heavy metal, dark riffs that are just kick ass.
He gets down with the heavy metal, man. Ever since he came into the band, I always had like this feeling of like, man, your guitar's too loud. But that's just how he rocked.
My name is WOLFGANG DELGADO. I play percussion for Manteca.
Being a percussion player, you need to have that, I guess, that rhythm, that feel to bring up that background sound, because without that background sound, you know, you just have everything else, you know, he fills it in all together.
He's like the overnight percussionist, dude. That cat came over with a cowbell one day, and he just started tapping it, and we thought it sounded tight. So we let him in the band because he had gas money that day.
We take our music serious.
He's a very unique person, you know. He loves just music overall, every single style you can think of, you know.
He adds some of the right accents in the right spots, and that's very necessary. And Wolf comes from a background of more of a feel, to be honest with you, as far as his musical background goes. He's a lover of music. This guy is an encyclopedia from A to Z of all styles. He's very, very well-rounded.
We love the funk, we love the jazz, we're maestros of the Latin.
He's just like big comedy act, pretty much.
He brings more entertainment in front of this band. He doesn't have to play a note, and we'd need him as part of this band.
I'm a rhinestone cowboy.
My name's Juan. I play, I'm a conga player in Manteca. What I add into the band is more, I guess, you know, I'm part of the top layer, you know, a little bit of the feeling, a little of the essence.
He got involved with a traditional style band and learned very traditional Latin beats.
It's just deep Latin root, and that's what he screams, and that's what he is, and that's his major role in our band.
His style is way out there when it comes to slapping skins.
Have DJ ETHOS bringing in the hip-hop flavor.
My role is it's the turntables, breaking it down with the vinyl.
He loves the whole style, the hip-hop culture, the life when it comes to that, you know.
What else can you say? 2 turntables and a microphone. He believes in his cause and he lives it. And I give him props for that, definitely. He's a working man's musician.
My name is Joe. I play keys in Manteca.
But Joe's his own element, you know. Mr. Psycho mind, you know, with the rhythms and the melodies.
Just tinkling these crazy space sounds and jazz influence.
He's like an electronic weirdo. He's just like some kind of alien. I don't know where he's from. He brings back some sounds and ties it together with the Rhodes and has that classic feel.
Plays everything, you know, keys, drums, bass, and he'll just take off and run to it. Joe's kind of like his own unique person.
My name's Anthony Verdugo. I've been playing music like my whole life. I'm just like an improv jazz funk drummer who just likes to play.
He was a friend that needed to be involved in what we do because he fits in like the glove.
We've got Anthony Verdugo on the drums, laying it down just thick, solid, not too fluffy, just everything we need.
He's got that Ringo style. It just keeps going. You know, it doesn't stop.
That looked weak. Manteca is Spanish for basically grease, for lard.
We were always known as bringing the greasy funk into the scene, and we had the Latin kind of grooves in there as well, so we just kind of compiled it all together and came up with Manteca.
Everybody comes from all these different worlds, you know, and we just try to put all that stuff together and just try to make our sound out of it.
Manteca sound is that, like that metal edge with like a Latin feel with like a little splash of hip hop.
With us being a band of really close homies, and like we never succumb to like the whole Hollywood scene and vibe, overwhelming with people and bands trying to make it out there. People don't really care who you are out there, you know. They don't care what you do on stage, you know. They rather just care about what you bring in and if people come there and spend money.
Pay to play. That's the lamest thing about Los Angeles. Anywhere cool in LA, you gotta pay to friggin' play.
So, I mean, it's always a challenge playing out there, but we always find the cool people out there. Some of the promoters are good, some of the clubs are really nice, but then again, it's all about the dollar.
If we break even on that night, then we're happy. What I think is great about our band is we all take it in stride and we're there to have a good time. We're not just chasing that almighty dollar. But I see us more as an underground kind of almost a musician's musical group, you know, where people that have any kind of respect for music or how it's played or how it's written can come to our shows, see us perform, and realize that we're trying to create some sort of a quality product.
From us, it's like, you know, there's 7 of us, so there's 7 different lives that have lived in the same world, you know? And just the fusion of it all is what makes it work.
Well, you know, we sound like Manteca. We play some funks, we play some jazz melodies, some fusion, you might call it. You know, hip-hop elements come into it. But what I really like how we do is we kind of diversify, I guess, you know, because we do the English, and we also sing songs in Spanish. You know, being Manteca, you know, the same energy level still there, you know, the same good vibe as friends, but also as, you know, being musicians.
When we're up there, everyone in the band's smiling at each other and laughing, and we're bouncing and we're dancing and we're genuinely feeling the groove, not just like, oh, we're up here because we have to. We're genuinely loving it. Audience sees that, feeds that, and it all parlays into itself. Music speaks for itself, so.
People know when they're at a Manteca show because they walk away feeling happy and a little bit of message in their mind.
You know what I think the difference between a Manteca show and other bands, and especially in the Hollywood area, is we want to get you dancing, definitely. And we've definitely got the goods to get people dancing.
You don't know what to expect from a Manteca show. You just don't know what's coming up next. It could be anything. It's just all the styles are in there. What are you into? And we're going to have a little bit of that for you too. And it's for everybody, you know? So when you come to the show, don't be surprised when you hear something new.
So we're never going to stop. We're always just going to keep continuing making music as much as possible.
It's Manteca. That's what mixes the grease together, makes it greasy, is we're all lumped in together in that Manteca pot, and that's what makes us us.